Hey guys, welcome to the 10th episode of Comicgeddon.
Where all geek culture collide.
We're your hosts. I'm Shannon.
I'm John Mars.
Got a great show for you today.
Yes,
We're
we do.
filming two shows back to back today. Since it's the beginning of May, we have Star Wars Day coming up.
May the 4th be with you.
Indeed. So we're going to be doing News of the Flash today. We're going to be doing game reviews. We're going to be doing recommended reading.
Action figure reviews.
And we've got a special surprise for you guys a little later on.
It wouldn't be a surprise if we told you now.
Exactly.
Stick around.
So stay tuned.
Let's get it on! Hi guys, John here. And I'm here with your toy review along with Thanos. I bring Thanos up here because he's part of the Marvel Legends line. Marvel Legends start back in the, I believe, the late 90s, early 2000s with the Spider-Man Legends toy line originally. It was Toy Biz's way of making super articulated action figures to the point to where their fingers would move. There'd be multiple articulation at the knees, knee joints, ankle swivels, elbows at the bends at the elbows, wrists, head would be on a ball joint so you can do rock, and this way you could pose Spider-Man as he would be posed in the comic books. They also came with little stands that you can peg on the wall, which was cool because you no longer had to stand on the flat surface like a table. You put it on the wall, and it looks like Spider-Man would be hanging from the wall. Well, these were so successful that Toy Biz decided to go forth with an entire Marvel line, and not just Spider-Man, but almost every Marvel character you can imagine in a Marvel Legends line. It was hugely popular, and they said, hey, you know what? We could probably sell characters nobody would normally want if we put parts of another action figure in the package with them. So they started to do a Build-A-Figure line. You were able to build, at one point, if you got the entire collection of one series, a Sentinel that stood probably about this tall, and one of the Apocalypse. More recently, within the last few years, they did a Build-A-Figure Thanos. It's kind of a neat idea. Because again, you could have figures that nobody would have ever heard of or normally would even purchase just to get that arm or that leg or the head or the torso just to finish building the figure. And that's what Thanos here was. I don't remember all the figures that you had to buy with him, but this Thanos figure is pretty cool. It's got some weight to it, which is cool in a way, but at the same time, if you notice, we got some bobbling going here. This is a common theme, unfortunately, with bigger Build-A-Figures. But, I mean, the articulation was pretty much the same for the Build-A-Figures, too. So, I mean, we've got the head moves from side to side. We have a little bit of rocking here at the head. The shoulder piece here is a separate piece. You can just pop the head off and take his armor off if you want. So you can display Thanos without the armor. And his head is on a ball joint.
Guess you could say he lost his head over that one.
And his head's on a ball joint, so you can just pop it right back on. They're made to do that. We have swivel at the wrist. Arm go up and down, side to side. We have nice little elbow joint bends here.
Is that a ratchet joint? Or
It is. It's very, yeah, if you listen carefully, you can hear it kind of click. So, we also have torso crunch here. As you can tell, it's also on a very loud ratchet joint. So we have legs can go up and down. It's good to note that his armor piece is solid. It doesn't have no give to it. So you can only put him out so far. Same with the not going to get some awesome leg poses out of him with that. But they do swivel from side to side. We also have swivel joints at the shins. Again, we got some really nice ankle bending here, which also is on a ratchet. Thanos, I don't believe. Oh yeah, and his ankles also go from side to side too. So that's also on the ball joint. Now this came in through the store. Somebody came in, traded it in, and I asked about the Infinity Gauntlet, and they said he didn't come with an Infinity Gauntlet, which would have been nice. I don't believe his hand comes off. Oh, also, there's articulation at the wrist. So not only does it go swivel, but you also can bend it up and down. So you can go high there, whatever.
So he can spank himself off.
Yeah. Now, he's usually posed in the store with this little pose, highlighting whatever the cool comic book in the display case is. So you can get some really cool poses out of him. Again, my big issue is the fact that he has a bobble motion at the waist. But like I pointed out, you do that, there's not much of a bobble. It's pretty much only when you have him in a normal crunch mode.
And you know,
and his armor does kind of...
if you like to customize your figures like a lot of people do, the way his hand is set up, you could almost paint it to look like the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah. So...
because you got the knuckle, the brass or silver knuckles there.
So yeah, I mean, you can easily, if you're good at painting, you can easily customize it any way you want. Thanos, of course, like I said, is a Build-A-Figure. I was going to bring some other ones. I'll admit, I forgot them. It's my fault. The newest ones are really cool because they brought out, like I said, figures you normally wouldn't ever think that they'd bring out. Morbius, the Living Vampire. They have a new Venom figure, which is really cool. I really wish I remembered to bring it because it looks more like the Todd McFarlane Venom. And he came with two heads. He has the grin. That's the regular smile, you know, with the teeth showing. And he has, of course, the Venom with the tongue hanging out. And you can pop the heads off. They switch. They come with different wrists or hands. So you can pop their hand off and put another hand on. They're really cool. I also got a Doctor Strange. And like I said, they all pretty much have the same articulation. Some of them come with accessories. Like I said, the Venom has different heads and hands. Doctor Strange comes with this awesome little green circular
and what series is that from?
Marvel Legends. They don't really do series numbers anymore.
Okay.
They're now known as Build-A-Figure Red Skull, which I think is where I have a new Captain America figure that has a werewolf head. So you can pop the Captain America head off and put the werewolf Cap Wolf head on there. So I have that head on there along with my Venom, Morbius, and Doctor Strange, and I have them as my Supernatural Avengers.
You know what's really interesting? When I was younger, my brother actually had that Cap Wolf comic first print.
I believe it was 6 issues.
Well, he actually had the one where Cap Wolf is breaking through the wall on the cover. I think it's the one where he actually turns into the Cap Wolf for the first time. It, of course, ended up getting destroyed. We were young and dumb and didn't know how to take care of comics.
Didn't know any better. Yeah. You know, that age we shouldn't have comics.
Yeah.
So... now I have to get him to hold it.
Alas, poor Vader.
At last. Vader, I knew him well. Kiss me, you fool. Alright.
You see?
He just wants a little head.
No wonder he likes to fuck me over in games.
I am Thanos. But see, you can have a lot of fun with these. But the Marvel Legends line, which Toy Biz no longer has the rights to. I believe it's... says on his boot. I want to say...
Let me see.
I want to say Mattel. I forget. I had this info.
Hasbro.
It is Hasbro?
Yeah.
I thought it was Hasbro. So, but Toy Biz no longer has the licensing for it. Toy Biz kind of went under, which I don't know how because, again, they made some awesome figures.
I think that it was because they were just putting out too much too fast.
Could have been. But Hasbro took over, and the line when Hasbro took over was kind of weak to start because we had some figures we never even heard of. Wolverine's son, for instance, was one of the figures.
Dakin.
He hadn't really been known that particular time. We had some other cool figures too, like Drax and Gamora. They're comic book versions. Of course, my issue is in almost every Marvel Legends line, in a new series, there's always a new Iron Man figure or a new Spider-Man figure. It's kind of redundant. Even for the Guardians of the Galaxy, when the movie came out, they did a Galaxy Iron Man. Because at that point in the comic books, Iron Man had joined the Guardians of the Galaxy, and he had this cool armor. But it was just another variant of an Iron Man armor. Once you're an Iron Man fan, you're trying to collect them all, that's cool. I gave up a long time ago. Just too many. And they reuse parts. So sometimes you'll get a Spider-Man figure that used to have a Venom arm or something like that. I think one of the Venom's hands, not the one I have, one of the previous Venom's hands, actually used to be a Sabretooth hand. It just repainted. So, which, again, the reason why I also said Mattel is because Mattel is very much known for doing that. Have been since the Master Universe line. So, Marvel Legends, though, I've loved them from the very beginning. I thought they were really cool. They have gotten cooler. I just lost my Vader head.
No head for you.
No head for me. And then, of course, the Build-A-Figure idea is really cool. When you get cool Build-A-Figures. When you get someone like Thrax, who you don't have no idea who Thrax is, you're just going to build him. Some cool ones besides Thanos, they did, yes, articulation at the waist too. They did Arlem Zola, which was pretty cool. The comic book version of Arlem Zola, so that was cool. Thanos is cool. They got a new one right now, Red Skull, and this awesome battle armor that kind of is reminiscent of Onslaught, actually. Like, if they would have just swapped heads, it'd be Onslaught. Seriously. Still looks cool. I've seen some pictures online where somebody turned him into, like, a Super Skeletor. Because it's the Red Skull in the armor. It's pretty cool. All in all, I mean, this line is really original. They've managed to keep it fresh for almost about a decade.
Actually, in the comics, I think it's during the Axis event, Red Skull did actually become Onslaught.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay, well, you can have that figure if you get all of them. Like I said, the current one right now, though, is the Marvel Legends Spider-Man line. That is the current one, along with the Captain America one. Captain America one is you Build-A-Figure Red Skull. The Marvel Legends Spider-Man line, what they got going right now, is Build-A-Figure Absorbing Man. Which I have, I think, almost all the pieces. I'm missing like 3 figures because this line, the Spider-Man line actually has some really cool figures. Like I said, they have Morbius, they had Venom. They've got the Ben Reilly Spider-Man with the blue shirt. They got Spider-Gwen. They got some weird-looking dude that comes with like Silvermane's head on a RC car. It's kind of a weird figure, and a female Blue Beetle. Or not Blue Beetle, a female Beetle. Sorry, Blue Beetle's DC. Yeah. So, I mean, the current line and all the lines past, like I said, you're occasionally going to get that figure that you just, like, you don't want. But if you want to get that old figure, you know, you got to buy it.
What would you rate it?
I'm getting there. He's rushing me. Although I think I'm going to give this line a nice little 9 out of 10 because, again, there are some things that could be changed. Like I said, the armor could be a little bit more pliable so you can articulate the figure a little more. So paint jobs are usually cool. And they usually do come with some cool accessories.
Did you mention that the armor does have these pegs inside that you can peg it down onto... onto them, so it's not just sitting on there all loose and everything. So
maybe I like it loose. Give me my pen. He didn't even do it right.
You know, I got to mess with you somehow. You were messing with me during my game.
He didn't miss it. He missed a peg.
Okay, children.
Thanos bitch slaps you. And 9 times out of 10, if you come into the store, I'll say, Thanos does not approve. Because Thanos doesn't approve. Thanos never approves. You know who approves? Moose Man.
Did you ever watch the? I think it was the Silver Surfer animated series on Fox Kids.
Yeah.
Where they had Thanos on there,
And they couldn't use Death, so they used somebody else. So it was Death, but they called her something else.
they made him so.
So Shakespearean.
Yeah.
Excellent.
He seemed almost mildly retarded.
They did introduce Beta Ray Bill.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna go ahead and talk about Silver Surfer. We'll be back with his little comic book review of X-Men. So about Silver Surfer.
Stay tuned.
So about Silver Surfer. That was a cool show, though.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was only on for what? Half a season?
One season.
One season?
Yeah. They never released it, I don't think, on DVD or Blu-ray. That would kind of piss me off.
Yeah.
Thanos wants to kiss you.
No. Exit only, buddy.